Now I think we good now.
Yep. So, all right. This is our first ever here, but we already have had one or two episodes, I guess, of the Goals and Glory show, but we're really trying to turn this into a podcast. And really excited to announce that I'm doing it with my good friend Mahfouz. My name is Jonas Silk, and as we spoke about a little bit in the last video, I'm the director of the Goals and Glory Foundation. Uh, we run an online magazine platform for high school students who are athletes and have endured or experienced some type of hardship and share their story and are immediately entered to win a scholarship. And special part about this is Mahfouz was our first winner of the award and has just done incredible things since then and has his own projects and career now. And a lot of our stuff really still works in similar missions and forms. So we're excited to work together in these missions. But Mahfouz, I'll let you introduce yourself too.
Yeah. Okay, like Jonah said, my name is Mahfouz Soumare. Was born in the Ivory Coast, a small country in West Africa. Moved here 2016. Met Jonah in 2018. That was a good time, playing soccer in New York City for Downtown United Soccer Club. And I remember I was going to college, so when one of my friends, who happened to be Jonah friend, introduced me to Jonah about Jonah organization called Go and Glory. So from 2018, I went to Fairfield, played soccer, D1, and since then now staying with Jonah. And now I graduated in 2022, work and live in New York City. So since 2018, I stay in touch with Jonah. Not because scholarship for the person you are, Jonah, a great person. Like I think what you do for kid like me, and I think it's a great thing. You as well have an amazing story to share. So yeah, I knew Jonah since 2018, and then after I graduate, I decided to launch myself into so- soccer, publishing soccer books and animation. And my whole childhood, I wanted to become a soccer player. And one of the reasons I wanted to publish a book and do animation in soccer was 2021 when I went back home after graduate. No, first time I went back home, 2022, I went back home. I used to play soccer with a bunch of kids who were talented. Like I never seen any talent like that. So they throw their eggs in one basket. Soccer was their whole life. They didn't make me soccer. And I say it was over for them. So it's not like life was over for them, but they decide the mindset was only about soccer. And not only in Ivory Coast, I've seen a lot here to New York City. Even some of my friends play basketball, football, and soccer. So they train their mind to only they want in one thing. They believe that they're only good in one thing. And if that thing never plays out accordingly, they ended up giving up in life. So my goal is to target the next generation. There's something beyond sport, and sport as a whole, it's a great thing. But life is more than work, is more than being successful athlete. Life is so about every day achieving something. That's what make you happy rather than a big success, becoming an athlete. So that's one of the reason I'm working on a book. So a book turning into a comics and graphic novel and animation. I think the animation is going to be the biggest part of this whole project.
I'm so excited
Yeah.
to see and learn more about it. And I know you're gonna tell us a lot more about the project. But I think for anyone seeing, you can hear why we love Mahfouz and why he fits so much with the exact work that we do, which is turning turning lessons into wanting to help others, and the themes that I've worked on in terms of always being an athlete but always being more than an athlete too, and that our identities are never wrapped up just in one thing or our one
Yeah,
talent that we have. Even though that's such a theme for most of us as athletes that we encounter at one point, whether it's through injury or
yeah,
you know um, just our careers naturally coming to an end, or as we're forced to realize that it's not a forever thing. It's eventually just a passion, and so our identities can't be too tied too
sure,
closely to the sport, right? And definitely a big theme we talk about. And I think that was what's been so impressive with your story, right? And we'll get into is, you used soccer as a vehicle to help and for your joy, and to have those cleats with you everywhere you went, and
yeah,
playing high school and playing college. But you also never just put all your eggs in that basket. Like you said, you were, always doing kind of volunteer type work, working internships, working legal type work, finding corporate type jobs. I
yeah.
mean, just, and then doing stuff that is to give back to kids and community. And so, I think you've been a fantastic role model to kids, and um, that's why it's a blessing to have you, and that we're gonna do this project together. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really excited. So, and
Me too. I'm really
meanwhile,
excited.
Mahfouz is in France right now, or right?
Yeah. Yes, France eating croissant. I think
uh,
France is one of my favorite country to visit. So yeah, I speak French. So yeah,
Unbelievable. Um, so yeah, so we said like this is our first ever time trying this, so it's going to be a little rough.
yeah.
We probably have some connection issues. I've
Hmm.
got dogs that bark sometimes, but
Yeah.
we're gonna do our best. And we mentioned that our why for this is, as you kind of just heard, is that we both had kind of stories that through being able to
But
overcome them. And
Jonah, sorry to Karim. Before we start with the why, can you tell us like about you? Because I think your story is pretty amazing. So can you show your other story?
well, thanks, man. I
Mm.
I think we'll keep it brief on me, but I think I've been through my fair share of obstacles on and off the field as an athlete, injuries, mental health stuff, loss of friends and people through, I guess, certain tragedies too in my life. But I think also having privilege, having a really good support system, having my desire for sport, having teammates, having coaches, was also a huge privilege, and it enabled me to find resilience, to overcome things, to always kind of try to bounce back better than I was before. Um, and I also know how hard that is, and how much of a struggle that is, and how long that can take people sometimes, and how it can go so many different ways. Um, that really led me to learn more about mental health, my own mental health, um, and started kind of coming up with this idea that from I was actually inspired by the Players Tribune, because it was really helpful to me, but I felt like we needed to provide that for the everyday person as well. um, and really just kind of realizing, once I had learned some lessons, learned some tools, become trauma informed, um, that I wanted to give that information to others who are struggling, or who might be struggling in silence, or who didn't have maybe immediate access to the support that I had. Um, and so from that came Goals and Glory, and then it eventually led me to clinical work. But yeah, really, it just kind of always felt like a natural calling. That was the way for me to combine my identity, of being an athlete, but of also being more than an athlete, and kind of practicing what I preach. Um, and of course, it's led me to meet some incredible people and role models and mentors, and you, who's kind of a friend, a younger brother, and a role model and mentor to me too. But obviously, that met some of the greatest people in my life so far through this work. And um, so yeah, I think that's where the Goals and Glory Foundation came from. It's a little bit of kind of how it was founded. And um, yeah, I think it's still evolving too. It's been organic, and I'm still learning as I go. And I think that's what makes our foundation special is that we're kind of, you know, all natural organic. We're not trying to do more than we can afford. We don't try to promote more than we can offer. We don't try to get involved with stuff that's not our mission, really. You know, we want to destigmatize mental health, help seeking, and kind of normalize and support athletes who are experiencing that, and that's our main goal. And so we want to stay true to that at all times.
Okay. What a great story.
What do you think? I know neither of us like talking about ourselves either. I want to
Yeah.
hear about you. You want to hear about me, but we'll make it work. We're going to both
No,
talk about
uh,
ourselves.
yeah, I think you're like I always say, take a unique man to go from all this thing and stay thinking about helping others. Take more than a man. So you should be proud of yourself for what you accomplished so far. And there's still happening, there's something bigger coming along the way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Mahfouz too. He's also probably one of the most humble gentlemen I know, but he inspires me to kind of offer that resilience and that response to any hardship, because I mean, some of what you didn't mention is the MLK Award, a Vision Award at
Oh,
Fairfield University, doing incredible work around different legal rights for folks, and while also pursuing kind of financial work, and now being, are you in, would I say, is on Wall Street correct, or are you just, you're in
yeah.
financial
So
work in
yeah.
New York?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Financial and Wall Street. Yeah. Because
You know.
technically they call every financial investment firm Wall Street.
Sure.
Wall
Sure.
Street is like sugar. Like they technically call every financial institution as Wall Street.
Right. But this man is
Uh,
humble. Like, he does everything and he doesn't talk
uh,
about himself. You're always trying to help other people. You're, yes, on Wall Street, but you're also traveling to see, your partner in France. You're writing children's books and now creating these awesome graphics that I think are going to be so meaningful at a time like this. And especially with like the World Cup and other stuff coming to be hosted here, right? Just so many
yes.
exciting things for the future of soccer. And, I think you've used soccer as a vehicle to make an impact in the world, which is why it's so much bigger than sport, right? And that's what brought us, and I think, together in a deeper way than just goals and glory, right?
Yeah, soccer. Well, where I'm from, soccer is more than a sport. It's a way to make into life, to make because my country there's only two ways to make into life to become successful. Either you came from a rich family, your parent a politician. Either you have to be really good at soccer and be lucky enough to travel to go to France, Europe, and have a shot. So I know a lot of talented kids like they were meant to be soccer players, but they didn't get a chance to display the talent. And I don't blame them. Sometime in life you you don't have many option. I know these people, if they had half of the chance I had coming to the US, they'll probably be doing something else with their life. So yeah, and my country, first thing you do, you wake up early in the morning, 6 a.m., barefoot, soccer, soccer. That's the way you cope with everything because there's no TV, there's no video game growing up. You can't afford sometimes you can't afford eating 3 meals a day. You just go out, play soccer, and do something on the street, with your friend. I will never forget all of my friends that I grew up with playing soccer 24/7. So yeah, soccer is more than kicking in a ball for us. It's just like it's a lifestyle.
Man, that's beautiful, and it immediately reminded me of that video you sent me a few years ago when you were back there visiting, and
Yeah,
just, you still
exactly.
had it, man. You still had it, but the
Yeah,
smile on your face when you were
exactly.
playing back home was
Yeah,
beautiful.
it was an amazing feeling. There's no cleats, just like on the ground, just like playing. There's no rules, just playing with your friend.
Man,
It's
Lord
just it's
knows
the
my
it's the
touch
best
isn't good
feeling.
enough to play in that surface.
It's this day. I'm telling you, it's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, man.
It's the
No,
best feeling ever. Yeah. And
yeah.
and the funny thing when I went back, some of my friends were asking me, "Oh, you play soccer, you play football, you play sneaker. I was so I was I was blaming myself, you know. I didn't tell to none of this kid. Yeah, I graduated from college. No, I didn't. I was just told them, oh, I was just living in the US, work, you know, doing like restaurant work. Cause like I did not want to tell them, oh, I'm going to college. I play D1. 'Cause I don't want them to feel guilty, you know, because they is my story is not like I'm the smartest, I'm better than them. I don't want them to think that way because like sometimes sharing your blessing, you don't realize but you hurting other people. You know, you guys grow up together, did you know survive like nearly death thing together, and then you had a chance to leave. You left, and then you coming back bragging about your life. Now I was like, you know, I didn't want them to feel bad. I was like, I work at the restaurant, like, you know, I came back here, play with you guy. I could go to any restaurant, play like the bougie guy. Nah, you know, I'm here, mean like I'm your people. I don't have anything. The only difference is that I live in the US, but we all the same.
Well, you got an opportunity or two, but some people do and they don't do anything with it, or they don't have the faith and the wisdom, but or the support, but I mean, shoot, you showed that with very little support too at times. I mean, almost entirely on your own early on at times when you came here, like that. It was, you've talked about faith and you've talked about, reasons that things motivated you. So it still goes a lot where, yeah, maybe we get an opportunity and maybe there is a little luck, but in reality, like there's still a lesson and wisdom in what you've done with it and then how far you went with it, right? Because some people can still come here and
Yeah.
do okay and just persevere and be all right, but you've done way more than that. I mean, you've done
Um,
so much more than that. People know you all over the place because of, from teachers to coworkers, right? I'll tell you what, when I left my job, they didn't make me a whole cake and give me a whole goodbye thing like that. Like I said,
I would do it for you because maybe they don't know you. They don't know.
I'm,
So, you know, sometimes you're gonna be around people who don't appreciate you, but like, dude, the people who know you would do anything for you. So like that's
you're
called
loved,
life. You
man.
know, you're gonna be around some people who never gonna appreciate you, which is okay. You know, you just have
Yep.
to train your mind. Okay, but like there's some people cheering for you, like in the dark, like 2 months ago, I was dealing with like personal thing. I was struggle. Out of nowhere, I get a text from someone I felt with, you know, if you work in the political science department, she's oh, I'm thinking of you. I'm so proud of you, even though we haven't talked. I was like, wow. And then last time on LinkedIn, I saw one of my first professor I felt with, Miss Payton. Uh, that was my first class in college. I was freaking out. I was like, oh, and I love political science. I love geography. I learned everything. But that class was, uh, first I wasn't speaking the best English. I was going to a first class as a college student, and uh, I take a leap of faith, and I started talking in class. And right after the second week, she called me into her, uh, I don't know how you call it. Like it wasn't in the office. She called me. She she literally told me, "You're gonna be great. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be great." Even when after my first semester, she retired. She said before she left, she she didn't even know me like that, but she said, "I'm counting on you. You're gonna do something big." You know, that's
Saw
gonna
something in
think
you.
pro yeah, it's gonna pressure on me, but also it's like someone who doesn't know me who see me. I wasn't best, I wasn't speaking the best English, but she saw something in me.
She
So
believed in
there's
you.
people
Yeah.
out there, there's people out there that's gonna cherry on you.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
For sure, man. It's a beautiful thing. I know
Yeah.
for a fact. It's hard for me to list it out because we've known each other for so many years, but
Mhm.
I just each year remember, the relationships you've created, the work you've done, and how much more impactful it is just beyond whatever the title or the type of work it is. Which is, obviously, it's like, do we, our why factor for doing this is pretty obvious. I think it's
Yeah.
it's it's everything we just talked about, right? We've become good friends over all these themes, from mental health to faith to soccer to family, to struggle to success. Man, we talk about it all, right? And so I don't even know. I think my why factor is just that, I have a mission here with mine, and now at this point, I just want to work with you to promote that, and then of course this project that you're going to introduce next that talks about the product you're producing and what you're going to do for youth soccer players. And um, my Y factor is just to keep doing our missions together, to see you on video at least once a month or however
Yeah.
often we do this, and talk and share a little bit of our stories. And then of course we hope to have some guests on here and stuff. But I think
Yeah.
we both have similar missions around trying to make the world a better place, make youth their best selves, through sport and not sport, right? Through the combination of both. And I think that's my Y factor, but I think that's what we both understand to be our factor. What do you think?
No, yeah, I think your why is bigger. You're so humble. I think your why is bigger. Like starting with me. I think what you done for me, having you as a friend, having a mentor it was critical for me in college, getting to know you. We stay in touch. Even 2021 when I went to Toledo, you picked me up. We had lunch. Like it's not a small thing. Like it's such a big thing. You had such a big impact. And even when I think about your golden glory. One day you never know. That same golden glory will help me. I'm thinking about bringing kids from West Africa to send them to college this year. Maybe I'm gonna partner with you to do that. Cause like your mission, like these kids need you, need what you're doing. So that's I never mentioned that, but it's all in the back of my head. I just want to
Let's
go
do it.
there and pick up the best talent and make sure like telling them go to school
They
and
have a
bring them
chance.
to the US. They can have a chance in life, not only soccer, but they can go to school.
Let's do it.
That's one of my biggest dreams too.
I love it, man. Well, thank you for saying that. You
Of
always, yeah,
course.
you're as much as I've kind of tried to coach a little bit with you, you end up coaching me just as much, man.
Nah,
That's why you're my brother. But
nah.
no, I think that's such a cool idea. We will definitely, we've got our maybe 1 year goal. We've got maybe our right, like that's got to be on our list. And things that we're
Yeah,
gonna.
no,
And oftentimes, when you and I put something on the list, we make it happen, right? So let's put that on the list. You know.
yeah. Nothing will make me happy. I seen like a kid bringing a kid, giving me a shot at life, doing something with his life. Because the way I see a thing, I want to a lot of people with me, you with me, and I don't want to just say like, graduate from college, doing my job and, living an okay life. I don't want that. I want to build something for the next generation, and next generation build, Let's let's do something for the kid, because like the world is not perfect. There's so many things wrong out there. But like the little thing you do, that really can change someone's life. So
Yeah, man. Heck yeah. That's it. That's the Y factor right there. You said it
yeah,
as usually even more eloquently than I could. But I love that, man. So I know we only got a little bit of time left,
yeah,
but for our first one, you and I could talk forever, but we want to spread it out a little bit. So
yeah. Yeah.
so to, you've told us a bit about you. Tell us anything else you want to tell us, but tell us, of course, introduce us to this teaser here about what we got coming.
Oh, hey, so I'm working on a books or series of books. Uh, the story is about a couple kids living from living continent, from Europe, Africa, Asia. They all have a dream to come to the US, play for the playing the World Cup. So they all think when they think about the US, they see all these like bridges, like amazing life, McDonald's, burgers, but they all of these kids came from really difficult background. They don't have any, the only thing they have in their life is soccer. So they will do anything to become athletes, soccer players. So and they had the mind to become professional. So the main character name is Danny. It's like it's a story that will mimic someone that I know. And Danny will flew from Ivory Coast, first land in Morocco, play on the street. In Morocco, he will meet say a kid named Abdullah. We share like everything with Abdullah. He's going to tell his story to Abdullah. Abdullah will be one to come with Danny too. And in meantime, in Asia, there's another kid named Marcos who is just like, you know, country in Indonesia, play barefoot, dreaming about coming to the US. And then there's another kid in Brazil. I think this is gonna be the villain in the story, but it's a kid like not because it's the villain, but it's just like he has a lot of brother, so he has to do everything for them. So his whole is technically gifted. It's just like this whole thing is soccer. So he has no choice to live and become successful. So that kid we made any other kid in New York City that we play for different team. And before playing for before making it to the league, they're gonna face a lot of challenges. Delivering food, getting to know the city, knowing that US is not what we see in the TV. They struggle everywhere. And in New York too, they're gonna be meeting kid from who was kid born in US. I know I've kid and it's one of the character name is Sam. Sam is a young white kid, amazing, humble. He's going to be the captain. He's lived, grew up in Manhattan, rich. Sam go to private school, but there's no difference. Sam is a great kid. So I'm trying to change kids. It doesn't matter your background, your culture. You can be a great guy. You can face adversity too. And Sam is gonna face some adversity. So story is gonna take this kid from continent to continent. They become New York City. First, they're not gonna make it to the big league. They're gonna play with a small team. Competing against each other, competing against each other all the way until they reach to high school and then high school to college. Because my goal is to display a bunch of club in the city and US and then display a bunch of university. I want kid to come home after school watching animation, dreaming about going to that college, going to this high school. I don't want kids. The only reason European League, they have so much talent, people want to go. Because kids in the US do not dream about US college. They don't dream about the MLS. So this is gonna boost the MLS view and the fan base. At the same time, it's going to change kid about life. And the end of the story is like not all of these kids will make into pro. They're not gonna make it to pro, none of them. So some of them will realize, oh, I'm not gonna make it to pro, but thanks God I'm in college. Thanks God I have this grade. They're all gonna end up happy. At first they're gonna face, oh, yo, I'm not becoming pro, I'm dead, I'm sorry, but you know, they're gonna fund their happiness into something else. And that's the books. And then in the books coming with the other part of the projects like affirmation cards. I'm sick of seeing kids, on the tablet. And I want to create a program. I already started a program that can train kid mind how to be a better player off or in the field. Soccer is all about training your mind because I remember after COVID, I got COVID and the doctor told me how to be careful with the way I train. So on the field, I was the worst player because I lost my confidence because that time like it really affected me. So and then after I work on my training my mind because like I will always mentally stronger, even though I wasn't the best player on the field. But mentally, nothing can get to me. It doesn't matter how big you are, but on the field, I'm gonna do my thing. But when I lost my confidence, I was like, it was the worst time for me. And then I pick up my confidence. But that's the thing everyone need. You don't need to be the most technical guy. You just need to believe in yourself, have that confidence. So yeah, I'm gonna have some comics, some affirmation card, and then the biggest part is gonna be the animation because the animation is gonna be inspired by the books. So the books is gonna be a series of books talking, taking care from like the age of 11 all the way to 22. They become pro. So series of book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the animation is gonna it's just inspired, like it's gonna take inspiration from the books.
So cool, man. It's so
Yeah.
cool. It already
How this season
sounds
was
so
too
cool.
much.
What's that?
This season wasn't too much. Like I
No,
would, yeah,
it's not, and it sounds so cool, and I just know that once like I see it too in the image, because like we can't show it right now, but I've seen some of the
yeah,
cards, and it looks so good, right? The books look, the images, the lessons. It's so good, and so it's going to be really exciting once we can start to promote it. But we also still want to give people that little teaser, also, right, and
Okay.
start to let people
No, we
know.
definitely, well, I think what I send you, we definitely can start the children. So I say uh I do have the story. I have everything. I just have to work on the processes, but I have everything. So
It's
yeah.
coming. It's coming soon, and
Yeah.
yeah, we're really excited. And even behind the scenes, you're talking to some pretty big folks in different places to get it
Yeah.
published and to get it in front of big, whether it's the MLS or NCAA or something. So
Yeah, definitely the MLS. I'll reach the MLS because I'm talking to someone on the MLS trying to connect me with the right people. So for when I'm back again, I keep sending them an email. Oh,
yeah,
what's
man,
happening?
definitely.
Let's make this thing happen.
And much love to
Yeah.
Glenn Crooks, who's the
Yes.
kind of my mentor also, who connected
Yes.
us, and both of us have worked with him, and we probably will again. But
You. Yeah.
how long has it been quiet?
Oh, now I do.
Was it quiet the whole time?
Nah. It was only 5 to 10 seconds when I started.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
think the
You're good. You're
microphone
good.
died. So, all right, cool. So,
That good. Yeah.
no, I think yeah, you're it's going to be really exciting to show all this stuff that you're produced, and that we're gonna release on everybody soon. But we also, well, we're gonna have more on this the next time we meet. We're gonna try to do this like once a month at least, maybe more. We'll see. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it'll be a learning experience, and this is our first time, and it's a blast. I'm really excited, like where this is gonna go.
Nah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think this is going to be something huge. Next time I'm gonna make sure I got everything ready, headset, microphone. And I'm thinking about some great guests. I know at Fairfield we can use the podcasting. Maybe some